This is G. Montrastelli, and welcome to the Tapping Q&A podcast recorded live to tape from Williamsburg in Brooklyn. This is episode 504, originally aired March 24th, 2021. Hi, everyone. I hope this finds you well wherever you are and whatever time of day you're getting a chance to listen to this. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. Today, we're going to talk about and do a little tapping on how you can use tapping to create a little bit of an energy boost when you are dragging at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the day. Before we do that, two quick reminders. Number one, we have a free 10-part guide on how you can use tapping to eliminate self-sabotage. All you need to do is go to tappingqa.com, click on the big blue button, and we will send you that free guide. Secondly, I want to send a huge shout out to everybody who is supporting the Tapping Q&A podcast every single month. 10% of the financial support that comes to the podcast is actually loaned out to small business owners all over the world. Between those contributions, those loans being repaid, and a bunch of money we raised over the course of the last week through the 10 lessons class that I taught, we were able to support over 130 small businesses all over the world. If you'd like to support the podcast, get some amazing bonuses for doing so, and make a difference in the world, all you need to do is go to tappingqa.com/support. Over the course of the last week and a half or so, I think part of it is because of daylight savings times here in North America, which those of you in Europe and other parts of the world will be experiencing next week. Everybody's just a little bit off. We're getting into spring here in the Northern Hemisphere, so those of us who have been dragging through long summer months, I was actually talking to a friend of mine this week who was just talking about how it has been gray for just so long. And we're slowly turning the corner. When this happens, it's easy for us to be slowed down, to be dragging. And so today, very simply, very directly, this is going to be one of the shortest podcasts ever, but I think it's super useful. We're going to do a little tapping around putting ourselves in a position where it's really easy for us to create an energy boost. So the first thing I want you to do is just play follow along with me. And then at a certain point, I'm going to have you start saying phrases back as we do this. So take a nice big deep breath and just follow along with me. Side of the hand, eyebrow, chin, collarbone, under the arm, side of the hand, eyebrow, under the eye, chin, under the arm, side of the hand, tippy top of the head, under the nose, side of the eye, eyebrow, chin, collarbone, under the arm, chin. Take a nice deep breath and just move from point to point, repeating after me. I recognize the fact at this particular moment, I have low energy. I'm dragging just a little bit. And it is natural from time to time for me to have low energy. And at the exact same time, my natural state is not sluggishness. My natural state is not grogginess. I give my system permission to release and let go of anything that is blocking my energy. I give my system permission to release any known, unknown, or hidden blocks for me being fully energized in this moment. It is safe for me to be energized. It is healthy for me to have energy. I give my system permission to reset its energetic state. To know it is safe for me to be present in this moment and taking action. And as my body resets, as my body re-energizes itself, I give my system permission to ask for whatever it needs in order to be re-energized, in order to be focused, in order to be fully in this moment. Energy is my natural state. I give my system permission to return to that state. Nice big deep breath. And what's really interesting about that particular tapping that we just did, one, is I felt like I was pretty energized before we did that. This was more of a response to conversations I've been having than what I was feeling in this moment. And two things happened as we were tapping. One, I could feel a couple of yawns coming on, and I held them back just to make the recording a little cleaner. And two, I could just feel my energy raising through that particular process. Now, as you do something like that, and we tap on some of those phrases, some of the resistance to being energized, like when we were tapping on "it's safe for me to be energetic," might have presented itself, and that's a perfect thing for you to tap on right now. And if you're in a circumstance where maybe you turned up your energy some, but it's not as high as you'd like it to be, great. Go back to the beginning of the audio, tap along to it again. I'd love to hear how this works for you if you have any questions or comments about it. If you know someone in your life who has been dragging and struggling just because of the state of the world or what's going on in their life, please be our ambassador, pass this along. Don't spam their inbox, but you might know one or two people who sending a note to them would really make a difference today. And even if they don't click the link and play, the fact that you've sent them a note saying this would be good for you will let them know that you're thinking about them. And that's just a positive thing. And every time I say that, it feels super cheesy, but I also know it is true. If you haven't done so already, I would encourage you to subscribe or follow the podcast. You can find the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, basically anywhere you find audio. If you search Tapping Q&A, you will find it. In some systems, it will say subscribe. It's absolutely free. Some it will say follow. Regardless what the button is, after you click it, turn on the notifications so that when a new episode comes out, you know right away. If you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have a topic you'd like us to cover in the future, please let me know. I can always be reached at Gene, Gene, at tappingqa.com. If you're on the website, just click on that contact link. For the Tapping Q&A podcast, this is Gene Montrestelli. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye-bye. The Tapping Q&A podcast is copyright Gene Montrestelli Tapping Q&A. All views expressed by guests are those of the guests and not necessarily of Gene Montrestelli and Tapping Q&A.